Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Scott Fisher with Options for Senior Living and the Senior Placement Pro University. This is a project that's near and dear to my heart, you guys. I've been the owner operator of Options for Senior Living since 2003. We've helped over 4,500 families navigate a really challenging part of their lives where an aging loved one is experiencing difficulties, challenges with safety, challenges with the family system is starting to feel that burden of care and such. And so the decision's made that we need to explore solutions outside of the home. And so we help with the placement of those individuals. And as I said, we've done that 4,500 plus times. We are a family business here, operated here in Phoenix, the greater Phoenix area. My wife, Stacy, and our two daughters are the team as we are currently comprised. I've had dozens of folks work with me and for me throughout the last 20 years. And, there are 5 competitive businesses in my market today because of people that were with me, were trained. And I had a mission, I guess, about 6 years ago. It was during the COVID times when we were all shut in and trying to decide what we were going to do with ourselves. And my heart was really drawn to be an educator and a communicator and a teacher. I had been involved in many things around the industry advocacy for a number of years. Back in 2010, there was no organization or structure to the referral and placement industry, particularly here in Phoenix. There was an outcry from our local area agency on aging that somebody needed to do something about this group of professionals, and I use that term loosely, group of professionals that was running around helping families place them into various situations. And there was a lot of issues with the model. There was a lot of issues with the integrity and the ethics of what we were doing. And we formed a group in Phoenix in 2010 called PASSERS, the Professional Association of Senior Referral Specialists, which for the first time wrote down and established best practices and a code of ethics for our industry. I served as our one of the co-founders and our original board president for 8 years. And that led me to be involved in a further move to take those best practices and that mission nationally. And I served on the original board of directors for the National Placement and Referral Alliance. We wrote best practices. We established a certification program for the industry that had never existed previously. And I traveled extensively for a few years, bringing this message of best practice and ethics and a model for your business to various markets. And today the NPRA, I think, has 34 markets they have chapters in and 1,000 plus members across the nation. I'm really proud of that. But my heart is for continuing to help people as they usher into this industry, because this is an unregulated, unlicensed profession. My heart is to help people develop a baseline based on those best practices to help them step into a business where they can own their own business, be in control of the time, be in control of the income that they earn, and do something that helps families and helps aging individuals a lot. I said this for years, we're a triple win business. That triple win is that we help families, of course, solve a big problem in their lives. Number 2, the referral partners, the professionals that refer to me, they have clients that are struggling, that are feeling the pain and the burden of care and the issues with safety. We help them. And finally, senior living and the senior living provider network that we work with, their job is to get their product connected to the people. So we bring them all together and we get this beautiful win-win-win scenario when it's said and done. So over the years, we've been working on and piloting, and we've now helped over 50 additional agents come through the content of this program, and we are relaunching it, and we are now calling it today the Senior Placement Pro University. And this is like writing a book of your memoir or your autobiography and laying it at the feet of the public and going, this is my life's work. And so as we were assembling our team of partners to help round out the offering that we're making to professionals, I met this person, Nicole Harlot. Nicole does not live in Phoenix, and she is my partner now in the development and branding and elevating our businesses that are partners with us that come through this program. And she's done the same for me, and she's going to be doing the same for the graduates of this program. And your creativity, your energy, your insight, your we say think outside of the box, kind of cliche, but the way that you have such an expanded way to perceive things was so, it just gripped me when we first met, and as we get to know each other better over the last several months, this has just been a great relationship. So I just want to thank you for being a part of this and helping my dream come true. But I want our listeners to hear from you and your perspective on this, and how we are going to help their businesses launch and make a mark in the market that they are building their business.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Scott. I really appreciate that beautiful introduction. You know, thinking outside the box and having the vision sometimes is squandered and not not celebrated as it is with you. And it was so refreshing to find someone who really and genuinely appreciated it. And I'm so excited to be doing this project with you. And the timing is, I always say it's divine, right? The divine timing, because personally I'm finally, not finally, but I'm lucky enough to be 36 years old and haven't really had to worry about any kind of personal experience in this space until the last, year to 18 months. So I understand the nuances of it, and I understand the kind of people that unfortunately can be in it, and the difference that you bring to it, the human compassion, the ethical nature, the true heart in this business. And I absolutely love that you are now creating that knowledge transfer, but not just the knowledge, the passion, the mission, the core values that you have into this space. Because what I've noticed, again, just personally, and since we started working together, is very transactional. It's very, you know, yeah, you can make a lot of income. And right now, obviously, with the economy, everyone's trying to like make quick money, make easy money. And, it's like OnlyFans or senior placement, it seems like. And, some of the other businesses are much more regulated, so there's barriers to access. And with this, you can see it. There's a clear divide of people who are like, yeah, I'm just in it for me. And the people will just get to where they go. And then the people that I've met already, your existing graduates, just have this compassion and this human decency to them. And they really care about the families, and they care about themselves, and they care about their community in general, right? And that's beautiful. And my background is kind of twofold. So my corporate and working background is in the mortgage business and doing marketing and sales development and training and creating in that space. um, and I've been lucky enough to work with someone for about 6 years that also understands and appreciates my vision and thinking outside the box, because, you know, he has that same wavelength. And it's been great to be able to, do some trial and error and do some things that aren't just shoving social media content out there every single day, which I think is important, but there's other aspects that are um, really what stand out and make things more human, right? Um, and my other passion is I'm a mom of four. I have four children under 8, and I can only say that for 2 more days because my oldest is turning 9 soon. But my motherhood journey over the last decade has really evolved me as a human, as a woman, as a mother, and I'm so grateful to be able to work and be here and home for my family. Um, and being able to do things that I love and support, again, communities. So I see a lot of similarities between like the birth and maternal spaces in this country and the senior spaces in this country. It's both a time of transition, and a lot of chaos and not a lot of support from the higher powers that be in the country, not a lot of backing in that capacity.
I
So
think I
really,
think our littlest, our youngest, and most defenseless, and I think that our aging populations are the least protected and the least defended by what you just said. They're,
yeah,
they're
yeah,
the
it's
most
crazy.
victimized. Yeah,
So what I feel is, the when I'm working with the perinatal population, it's with the professionals, the boots on the ground, the ones who have the passion for creating better outcomes. And, I see the same translating into the senior space, right? Where we're creating and cultivating a community of these professionals that really understand the importance of the mission and want to do things better than a cookie cutter corporate way or a transactional way, and helping and my I'm so excited to be able to help their voices be heard and their brand be shown and them step out of the accelerator program that we're doing with resource and community and the way to really, of course, build a business that gives them what they need, right? The resources and the income that they need to sustain their own families while doing something so needed and really a labor of love. I say it again, with doulas and a lot of the perinatal professionals as well. It's a labor of love. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of your energy. It's a lot of your heart, and empathy for those families and helping them navigate such a hard situation. Um, and I think the way that you do it, Scott, is so eloquent. And now I can personally say after our conversation last night, like just really the way that you even empower and bring confidence to the caregivers. That is not something that you can replace with a transaction.
the,
So
when I've scanned the horizon and I've seen other training programs and I've been given feedback about them, the word transaction is often right up front. Those programs talk about leads and they talk about getting deals done, and you're talking about families who are in crisis, families who are having to grieve and say goodbye to a loved one in a lot of respects, as a disease like Alzheimer's is stealing the life right out from under them and right in front of their eyes, right? And the families are feeling it and seeing it. Spouses that have been married 60 years are really losing their loved one a little bit each and every day. I want to just kind of maybe, Nicole, put just a little bit of a box, and then I want to talk about maybe why this program is getting launched. Um, I'm going to say this: if you're watching this, wherever you're from, do a little search in your neighborhood. But here's some real numbers from the Greater Phoenix area. There's already 200,000 80-year-olds in my county, Greater Phoenix, Maricopa County. 200,000 people over the age of 80. There's already 1 million individuals that are over the age of 65 in Greater Phoenix. In 2025, the Greater Metropolitan Phoenix area, all of the fire departments together added up all the times they rolled the trucks down the road to go help people who were falling and having issues. 80,000 trips the trucks rolled last year around Greater Phoenix. There's only 365 days a year. That amounts to about $140 million cost to the taxpayers. When people say, what's the need? And are we getting saturated with people getting into this business? And you may have heard that, or you're researching whether this is for you or not. Let me say it again. There's 200,000 80-year-olds in my city. If we can help a couple of hundred a year, man, if you could help 100 a year, is there a market? Is there an opportunity? Is it, is the opportunity already passed? Are you kidding me? We haven't even started. with the business opportunity of this, because there's no licensure and there's really no barrier to entry, then people have flooded into this, and they flooded into it as individuals, and many have also bought franchises. Nicole, you know that we've done our research, and there are large big box brands. Some of those brands have even been already purchased because they're so profitable. They've been bought and purchased, and now potentially repurchased by private equity groups. And that's real. When there's money to be made, private equity shows up. Well, as I was working on the national board, I got to know a number of those franchise operators, right, and leaders from around the country, Nicole. And um, they all thought that their brand was the North Star, at least for the franchisees, that the National Alliance was a good add on, served a purpose, but it really wasn't the North Star, like the best practices that the NPRA stood for. Our company policies kind of. And so you had, as I met these individuals as I was traveling, you would hear their frustration that they had invested big dollars to enter the space, and they didn't get the local business development support and creativity that some did really, really well, and many didn't, right? Many didn't. And you would see it in the success rates of the franchises and people peeling off, going away. And so it was my heart to go, wait a minute here. I learned a lot of stuff along the way building a business for a couple of decades. Um, I, I think that we could systematize this, offer it in lieu of the franchise model, create our own model that is enriched and enhanced based upon those best practices, but also from the real experiences I've gleaned all the time, Nicole, to help these folks, because the need is here. If you want a business opportunity, helping families and navigating this. And so by the time you finish this, you're going to learn how to make a living, finding placement for people, but you are going to get a whole much wider perspective on how to best help your community be a navigator, be a voice of confidence and trust in your community, and not just the transactional placement dude that is moving people in and out for deals. I just really want to emphasize that.
I think really, I would like to just kind of go over really quickly, like all that is included, and the reason that this program and this opportunity is a disruptor in in the model
I
for
think in the
senior
model,
living.
yeah.
It's a disruptor because we are giving you all the autonomy of your own business, of your own strategy, of your own brand voice in any location that you are. And we're supporting you in educational ways, right? That knowledge transfer that we talked about, in the ethical, mission-based value system that we talked about. We give you a full done for you marketing kit that includes your brand colors, your logo, your website, a fully white labeled, branded to you book that you can hand to your families to help them guide through this process. Social media templates, email templates, like nothing that you need to worry about when you get started. Other than, oh, I like those colors, right? Or I want this name. That's you have a piece in it. And then we have the software, we have the CRM, the customer retention management system for you to lead your clients through from start to finish. We have our CSA certification and training program that will, be a little bit down the road, but you will be set up as a certified senior advisor. And you will also get additional software to support you in those client meetings, to tell you about different opportunities and different capacities that you have, which again is all included in this program. I feel like I'm missing one.
Well, you get 20 hours live with me, and we
Right.
do
Yeah.
this like
Oh, and then
yeah. Well, you don't get canned, downloadable. Although for those that are insistent on the do it yourself, that's available. But for the accelerator, you get a group experience with live content with me. It's an 8 module, about 20 hours of live time. We also have a monthly, we call it Shop Talk, 90-minute reconnect time with the other graduates. I create new content for that every month. I have guest speakers in every month, and that community is growing. And I was literally working on this morning, Nicole, a new presentation that I'll be using here locally. But as I create these workshops and presentations, we're going to share with you guys so that you don't have to start from scratch on even what to present to people as you are doing education events, lunch and learns, webinars, sessions. Together, we will be continuously growing and developing content, because I want more than anything, people are going to get into this business. I just want really good people to be trained well and to be super successful with your business and your market by being super effective with families and navigating the family challenges, the burden of care, the decrease in quality of life. You guys, these are real things that families are experiencing as people age and lose the ability to care for themselves. We call that self-reliance, and all that's being washed away because of aging and the aging thing, and nobody knows what to do about it. And you're going to spend time with me in deep conversations, helping you understand these concepts so that you can communicate them to families. You can help them build aging plans, and you can help them get the right long-term care solutions in place when they need to move on and out of the home. So this is
And
a
you get
huge
guest
deal.
expert, yeah, you get guest expert knowledge as well. So from financing to long-term care insurance to business insurance to really so many facets that again, you're not walked through in any other model.
Let me just tell everybody, here's the 8 modules so you know exactly where this is going from start to finish. Module number 1 is becoming the professional agent. We talk about the history of the industry, those best practices, how we're going to build your business on the platform of those national best practices, so you're in alignment with the best of the best right out of the gate. Number 2, we call it learn a new language. In a new business, you got new things to learn. You got new terminology. I've just added a whole new chapter onto that content around medical terminology and medical conditions. So that's all part of learning the new language. Module 3 is what I call conducting your intake. Your success is all based upon getting the right information. And so as we better understand some medical conditions, that can be intimidating to people. I graduated from nursing school, y'all, back in 1986. I've been in the healthcare space a long time. I can help you understand some of those basics that are necessary while acquiring the information at the intake. In that intake, we got to talk about money. Nicole, you mentioned financing and paying for care is a challenge. And so we have a whole module just on creative means to help families find ways to pay for care. And there we have various professionals and colleagues of ours come in and speak live to everybody and connect them as a resource for their business. Module 5 is working with senior living. I call it building your inventory. You gotta have partnerships with them, because they are in this with, as a matter of fact, we really work for them because, as you may know, our model is a commission-based, referral fee-based model. We receive a referral fee from them. So we have to work with them, and that we are their partners. And so I give you lots of personal strategies on how to work with senior living and get your contracts. Module 8 is the process. How do you get from the intake to the invoice? All the family system challenges, all of learning how to navigate the tours, bringing people through the journey and get them safely landed in their selected facility. Module 7 is how to make the phone ring, building your business, developing a professional network, developing a big B2B presence, while also developing your B2C content and B2C presence as well. And finally, all things operations. We talked about risk management, data management, financial management, all of that. You get your contracts and editable versions for your contracts, disclosure statements, all of those things come as a part of the program. You don't have to go invent any of these things. We're going to give you the structure you need to organize and then, operate your business in the future. So this is the distillation of almost 25 years of my life. And I feel like we continually refine it. Like each time we do the class with somebody, we make some additional additions, and I'm never done learning. So when I learn new things, I continually push that downstream to our group. So Nicole, this is quite a quite a moment, I think, in time for us.
I'm very excited. And I think, um, investment wise, this could be super comparable to those franchises, right? But we're not charging you licensing and we're not charging you royalties and we're not charging you to use our name and we're not charging you any of that. So it makes it really affordable to someone who is looking for, again, that business to step into to sustain your life and your family that also has the passion and mission
Yeah,
behind it.
yeah,
And it is a way that you can step into this space totally resourced, totally equipped, totally ready to do those things without having to worry about 100K investment up
yeah,
front.
yeah,
So, and we
yeah,
also have
yeah,
a great partner that can support you with some financing options for that investment up front if it's an option, if it's something that you're needing. So it is totally worth at least going to the seniorplacementprofessional.com website. Take a look around. I know we've tried to explain all of the things, but sometimes visually seeing it in a list will definitely help you see just how robust and how amazing this accelerator program is for you. The timeline is about 3 to 6 months, but it's integrated in a way that is cumulative and you'll be able to start really within that first 60 days. And then you just get better and better as you go through. So it's not like you have to wait the 6 months to a full year to start. Um, and
we layer things on as we
yeah,
go, so that you're
yeah,
building upon your initial training with me, and then we are adding all of those other elements onto it. Your experience with the CSA people that set you up for certification, your time with Nicole rolling out your marketing and business plan. Those things come as we go, and of course, we're never leaving your side. We're right here to support your business, but not have your hand in our hand in your pocket, as Nicole said. I think it's a critical part. So you can start this on your own, no expense. You can just run out on the road and go do your thing. You can set yourself up for big success by using a basic training program like ours and building in those things. And so you're going to spend the money, I believe, on trial and error, doing it yourself, or we'd rather have you as a partner. So, Nicole, I feel like we've shared what we can share this morning, but or today, but hey, it's we're going to be here, communicating with you regularly. We're here to answer your questions, and if you'd like to schedule a demo with us, we are here for you, and would love to talk.
yeah, absolutely. So go to seniorplacementprofessional.com. There is an application process because, again, we want people that have aligned values and mission focused professionals. So go ahead and submit your application. Scott will personally reach out and you can have a call with him or both of us, and we will get you set up in our next cohort. So we're really excited for you guys, really excited for the industry and being this disruptor and creating a wave of really resourced and compassionate professionals that are
Yeah,
triple winning.
yeah.
So,
Well, get connected with us, and if any of you that are looking at this, you guys are already CSAs, or you are considering becoming part of the CSA family of professionals, Senior Placement Pro will be a sponsor at the annual conference up in Denver in August, and I'll be a dual presenter this time around too, Nicole. So people can come meet me, talk to me. But if you're considering it, man, that's the place to dive in. So, anyways, I'm gonna let you go, Nicole. Thank you for your time this morning, and hey, here we go.
thank you.
Take care.